Hello and welcome. Today, we are going to talk about a very important subject. We will be discussing the true nature of depression and what it really means for us. You have likely heard one story about depression many times. It is the story that is told on the news, in doctors' offices, and among friends and family members. But what if that popular story is not the whole story? What if it is a lie, not because it is mean, but because it is incomplete and very misleading? As a psychologist, I want to explore this with you today. We will look past the simple answers and search for a deeper, more helpful, and honest truth together. This is about understanding your mind, your identity, and your reality. It is about taking back your power and seeing your own story in a completely new and different light. Let's start with the story that so many of us are told, the one that has become the most common explanation for why people feel so incredibly sad and lost. This story is about brain chemistry. It says that depression is simply a chemical imbalance in your brain. It presents the problem as being purely biological and nothing more. The idea is that you do not have enough of certain chemicals, like serotonin. This is why you feel the heavy weight of depression pressing down on your shoulders. This explanation can feel helpful at first. It tells you that it is not your fault. It is just a problem with the biology of your brain, like any other illness. But this is where the lie begins to take shape. When we say it is only a chemical problem, we ignore the most important parts of being a human being. The truth is, science has not proven that depression is caused by low levels of serotonin. The chemical imbalance theory is just that, a theory, and an old one. It's a simple way to explain a very complex feeling. It is like describing a beautiful painting by only listing the colors of paint used to create the final image. Yes, brain chemistry is involved in your mood. Everything you feel has a chemical reaction in the brain. But that is not the cause. It is the result of something. The real danger of this lie is that it can make you feel powerless. It suggests you are broken, and the only fix is something from the outside, like a pill. It completely ignores your life story, your thoughts, your environment, your relationships, and your experiences. It ignores the things that make you, and your journey unique. It takes away the meaning behind your pain. It turns your deep emotional suffering into a simple mechanical failure that needs to be fixed, which is not the case. So, if the chemical story is a lie, what is the deeper truth? Where do we go from here to find a better, more complete, and honest understanding of it? The deeper truth is that depression is often a signal. It is a message from your mind that can embody that something in your life is not working for you. It is a form of deep emotional pain. And pain is not the enemy. Pain is a messenger that is trying to tell you something important about your current situation. Think about physical pain for a moment. If you touch a hot stove, the pain makes you pull your hand away. It is a signal designed to protect you from harm. Emotional pain works in a very similar way. The deep sadness of depression is often a sign that your core psychological needs are not being met in your life. What are these needs? All humans need to feel safe, to feel connected to others, and to feel like they have a purpose and meaning in their daily lives. We also need to feel a sense of control over our own lives. We need to feel like our choices matter and that we can make a difference in our world. When these basic needs are not met for a long time, the mind can react with depression. It is a sign of deep disconnection from what truly matters to us. Your depression is not random. It has roots. These roots grow from the soil of your life experiences, your personal history, and the world that is surrounding you. So, the deeper truth is not about what is wrong with your brain. It is about understanding what has happened to you and the story you have been living through. Let's talk about the first layer, your thoughts. Your mind is constantly telling you stories about yourself and the world. This internal voice is powerful and very influential. In depression, this voice often becomes a harsh critic. It tells you stories of failure, of hopelessness and of worthlessness. These are very powerful and negative narratives to hear. These negative thought patterns are not just a symptom of depression. They are a driving force that can keep you stuck in a cycle of sadness and despair for years. For example, a thought pattern called catastrophizing takes a small problem and blows it up into a life-ending disaster in your mind. This can be very emotionally draining. Another pattern is black and white thinking. This is when you see things as all good or all bad. If you are not perfect, then you must be a total failure. These are not just random thoughts. They are learned habits of the mind. They often come from past experiences, perhaps from childhood or from a painful past trauma. The beautiful thing is that you can change these thought patterns. You can learn to notice them, to challenge them, and to replace them with more balanced and kind thoughts. This is a core part of many effective therapies. It is about changing your relationship with your own mind and the stories that it constantly tells you about your life. This gives you power back. It shows you that you are not just a victim of your brain chemistry. Your mind is something you can work with and even retrain. Now let's go even deeper, beyond your thoughts. Let's talk about your life story and the events that have shaped you into the person you are today. Sometimes, depression is a long-delayed reaction to past trauma. It is the pain that you could not feel back then, finally coming to the surface for you to process. This could be from a difficult childhood, the loss of a loved one, or any experience that made you feel unsafe and alone in the world. It all matters. Your mind did what it had to do to survive that moment. Now, in a safer time, the feelings are asking to be heard, to be healed, and to be released. So, depression can be a form of grief. It is grief for the past, grief for the love you did not receive, or grief for the life you thought you would have. This is why just talking about your story with a trusted person can be so incredibly healing. It allows the old wounds to finally get some air and start to heal. Your pain is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign that you have survived something very difficult and are still standing, even if you feel tired and weak. Let's look at another piece of the puzzle, your environment. No person is an island. We are all deeply affected by the world that we live in every day. Are you in a job that you hate? Are you in a relationship that makes you feel small and unseen? Is your life filled with constant stress and pressure? These are not small things. Your environment can either nourish you or it can poison you. It can support your well-being or it can slowly break you down. Sometimes depression is a perfectly sane reaction to an insane situation. It is your mind's way of saying, I cannot continue to live like this any longer. It is a protest from your soul. It is asking you to make a change, to leave the situation that is causing you harm, or to set new boundaries. Changing your brain chemistry with a pill will not fix a toxic job. It will only numb the pain enough for you to endure it, which is not a true solution. The real solution involves looking honestly at your life. It means asking yourself the hard questions about what needs to change for you to feel alive and well again. This can be scary. Change is always difficult, but it is where true healing is found. It is found in creating a life that is actually good for you. Now we arrive at the deepest layer of all. This is the philosophical part of your journey. It is about your connection to meaning, purpose, and your own identity. Human beings have a deep need for purpose. We need to feel that our life matters, that we are contributing to something larger than just ourselves and our needs. When you lose your sense of purpose, a profound emptiness can set in. This is often called existential depression. It is a sickness of the soul, a deep spiritual ache. You can have everything the world says you should want, a good job, a nice house, and still feel completely empty inside if your life lacks a true meaning. Your depression might be asking you a very important question. What is my life truly for? What do I really care about? What makes me feel truly alive? Finding the answers to these questions is a deeply personal journey. There is no single right answer for everyone. You must discover what gives your life its own meaning. This could be found in creativity, in helping others, in connecting with nature, or in spirituality. It is about connecting with your own deepest values and your soul's desire. This connects to your identity. Who are you, really? For a long time, you might have identified as a depressed person. It can become a part of you, but you are not your depression. You are the person who is experiencing depression. There is a very big difference between those two statements. You are so much more than that. You are the sky, and the depression is a dark cloud. The cloud is temporary, and it is just passing through. The vast blue sky is always there behind it. Reconnecting with your true self, the part of you that is not the sadness, is a powerful act of healing. It reminds you of your own strength and your resilience. So let's bring all of these different pieces together now. We can see a much clearer picture of what is going on. It is a beautiful and complex image. The lie is that depression is a simple chemical problem in your brain. It is a story that strips away your power, your story, and the meaning behind your pain. The deeper truth is that depression is a complex experience. It is a signal with a message for you about your thoughts, your history, your life, and your soul's needs. It is a combination of your biology, your psychology, and your philosophy of life. All of these things are woven together to create the experience that you are having. Understanding this does not make the pain go away overnight, but it changes everything. It turns you from a passive victim into an active participant in your own healing. It means you have many paths to healing. You can work on changing your thoughts. You can work on healing your past traumas. You can change your current environment. You can also work on finding your purpose and redefining your identity. Each of these paths offers hope and the potential for real, lasting, and meaningful personal change. This perspective is not about blaming yourself. It is the opposite. It is about empowering yourself with knowledge and giving you a map to navigate your inner world. It honors the depth and seriousness of your pain. It says your feelings are valid, they make sense, and they are pointing you toward what needs to be healed. When you feel that deep sadness, instead of asking, "What is wrong with me?" you can start to ask a different, more compassionate and helpful question for yourself. You can ask, what is this feeling trying to tell me? What part of my life needs my attention and my care right now? What is my pain asking for? This is a shift from self-criticism to self-compassion. It is the most important shift you can make on your journey toward feeling whole and well again in your life. If you are struggling, please know that you do not have to do this alone. Reaching out for help is a sign of great strength, not a sign of weakness. A good therapist can be a guide. They can help you explore your thoughts, understand your story, and find your own unique path forward on your journey to healing. Friends and family who listen without judgment are also very precious. Connection is a powerful antidote to the isolation that depression often creates around you and in you. Be gentle with yourself through this process. Healing is not a straight line. There will be good days and there will be bad days, and that is completely okay. Each step you take, no matter how small it may seem to you, is a victory. Each moment you choose compassion over criticism is a step toward the light. Remember the deeper truth that we have talked about today. You are not broken. You are a whole person with a rich story and a deep capacity for healing. Your pain has a meaning. It is not a random malfunction of your brain. It is a sacred messenger that is inviting you to come back home to yourself. The journey involves looking at your thoughts with curiosity. Are they true? Are they kind? Do they help you, or do they hurt you in your daily life? It involves honoring your past. Your story matters. The things that have happened to you have shaped you, but they do not have to define your entire future forever. It involves assessing your present. Is your daily life aligned with your values? Are you living in a way that nourishes your soul or a way that drains it? And it involves creating your future. What meaning do you want to create? What purpose do you want to serve? Who do you want to become in this life? This is the real work of healing. It is not as simple as taking a pill, but it is so much more rewarding because it is about reclaiming your entire life. This is the truth that can set you free. It is the understanding that your mind, your identity, and your reality are not fixed things. They can be shaped by you. You have the power to change the stories you tell yourself. You have the power to create an environment that helps you thrive. You have the power to find meaning. This journey is not about erasing the sadness. It is about integrating it into your story. It is about learning from it and growing stronger because of what it taught. Your scars can become a source of wisdom and compassion, both for yourself and for other people who are also struggling with their own pain and their own stories. So the next time you hear someone say depression is just a chemical imbalance, you will know the deeper truth. You will know that the story is much bigger than that. It is a story of the human spirit. It is a story of pain, of resilience, and of the incredible, powerful search for meaning and wholeness in a complicated world. I want to thank you for taking the time to explore this deep topic with me today. It takes courage to look at these things in such an honest way. If this message resonated with you, please share it with someone who might need to hear it. Spreading a deeper understanding can help reduce so much shame and isolation. Remember that this video is for educational purposes. It is not a replacement for professional medical advice or therapy. Please seek help from a qualified professional if you need it. There is so much hope for healing. The human mind has an amazing capacity to change and grow. Never, ever give up on your own ability to find the light again. Your journey is your own. There is no right way or wrong way to heal. There is only your way. Trust yourself and trust your own process of discovery. The deepest truth is that your life matters. Your feelings matter. And you matter more than you could possibly know, especially in your darkest and most difficult moments. You are worthy of a life that feels good to you. A life that is filled with connection, with purpose, and with a sense of peace that comes from within. Hold on to this truth. Let it be a small light in the darkness. You have the map now. The journey ahead is yours to take, one single step at a time. Thank you for listening so deeply today. Be kind to your mind, be gentle with your heart, and remember the incredible strength that already exists inside of you right now.